Go for it.
Welcome back to the Daily Dose. My name is Taylor Osborn. I get to be one of the pastors out at the Fallbrook campus. If you had to answer the question, what are kids known for? What would you say? We would say trust. We would say curiosity. We would say faith. We would say belief. We would say imagination. As kids, our trust is strong. Our ability to forgive is intact. And any knowledge gaps we have are just filled in with imagination. One of my sons likes to use the phrase, in real life, when he tells stories to give authority to his stories. Mom, this happened in real life. And it's because I think even at the almost age of 5, he's already starting to realize that things get harder to believe the older that you get. People fail us and our trust dissipates. Fake news leaves space for us to wonder what is real life. And the worst of all, the most dangerous thing is that our faith wavers. Our ability to trust, it wavers. Our ability to believe what God said, what God did to be true, it gets called into question. And so as we continue in this More Than Miracle series, I think it's important to note that we are shaped by what we perceive to be easy to believe. Because even if you are inclined to doubt, your doubt can be overcome by your trust in a storyteller. Today's storyteller is Luke, and it's a story about Jesus. We're in Luke chapter 8, where Jesus encounters a man who is demon-possessed. He is naked. He's living in the tombs. He's not in a house. He's been there and afflicted for quite a while when Jesus comes upon him. And he encounters Jesus, and Jesus asks, "What's your name?" And he responds, "Legion." And the Bible makes it clear in verse 30, it's because this man was inhabited by not one demon, but several. And so Jesus takes all these demons and he casts them out into a herd of nearby pigs. And these pigs, they run down into the shoreline and they drown themselves. And we pick up this unbelievable story in verse 34. It says, when those tending the pigs saw what had happened, they ran off and reported this in the town and in the countryside. And the people went out to see what had happened. When they came to Jesus, they found a man from whom the demons had gone out, and sitting at Jesus' feet, dressed and in his right mind. They were afraid. Those who had seen it told the people how demon-possessed man had been cured. Then all the people of the region of Gerasenes asked Jesus to leave them because they were overcome with fear. So he got in the boat and he left. The man from whom the demons had gone out begged to go with him, but Jesus sent him, saying, "Return home and tell how much God has done for you." So the man went away and told all over town how much Jesus had done for him. Initially reading this story, I was so baffled by their response in fear until I remembered that we have a harder time believing things the older we get. These people were afraid because we fear what we don't understand. People fail us, and it makes an unfailing God seem all the more unlikely. We trade our childlike curiosity for just skepticism. And I think it's for that exact reason that God uses us to share his good news. It's our stories of life change, that when people want something to believe in and they find a good God hard to believe, it's our stories of hope, our stories of reconciliation, our stories of change that they will put their trust in as we put our trust in a good God who sat front row and made that life change happen. And so we pray this over our stories, this very last verse in the story. The man went away and told all over town how much Jesus had done for him. Share today what God has done, because no matter how big or small, our stories of life change aid in their life change. Have a great day.